I'm back after my fast. I've had a lot of questions out there I want to answer for everybody that's interested. Thank you so much for following me. Every day for me, my energy's coming back and it's getting better and better. I'm so glad that I did this fast. I had a lot of obstacles thrown at me. Originally, when I set out to do this, I wanted to do as long as I possibly could, but my goal was going to be 18 days. I actually had a piece of paper on my refrigerator and I had 18 days on it, and I crossed off each day every single day. And I tell you, it did, and I mentioned this before in the videos, it did feel like time stood still almost. You're so focused on your body, and if I could do anything different, I probably wouldn't have worked out as hard in the beginning. I had a lot of stresses in the first week and the second week. Car accidents, my aunt had a stroke. There was a lot of mental challenges that I had to go through in this fasting experience. And I had bouts of anxiety, I had bouts of stress, but I had bouts of happiness too. And I had bouts of love, and I had bouts of just oneness with the universe and with myself actually as well. And that's something that this whole process and this whole transition or this regeneration, like this caterpillar turning into a butterfly is what I describe it as, has been incredible. Now, it takes about 4 to 5 days to get back into feeling like a normal person again after a fast. And it takes a very special, unique way to break a fast as well. And I'm posting all of those videos on how to properly break a fast, as well as in my book that's going to be coming out, hopefully in January, maybe a little bit later, I'm not exactly sure. My mental focus is coming back. My meditations were really good. Well, off and on during the fast, my meditations were good some days. Fatigue was higher some days. Energy level was higher some days. It really was a day by day, hour by hour, week by week roller coaster ride, and not in a bad way. Not in a bad way at all. I really wasn't that hungry. Every time I drank water, it filled me up, so that was great. Didn't really have a lot of cravings. You do go through periods of time when you're around food or you're with the family and you do have some cravings here and there. But for the most part, after day 3, day 1, 2, and 3 are usually the hardest for everybody. And then for me, around day 6, 7, and 8, were really hard. After that, things seemed to calm down, and maybe I would only have a few, but I kind of contribute some of those days to the amount of stress that I was under and the amount of anxiety. As far as sleep goes, the only sleep disturbance that I can say was that I did wake up a couple times in the middle of the night because I was drinking a lot of water to go to the bathroom. And when I wanted to keep myself hydrated, when I didn't drink a lot of water at night, I noticed I was feeling more sluggish the next morning. And I wasn't at the energy level that I wanted to be at when I drank water throughout the night. So I would go to the bathroom, I would come back, drink some water, then go back to sleep. I didn't have a problem falling asleep, which is good. I know some people, when they fast, they go through periods of insomnia, and that's normal. And the body will basically take you through a transitionary period of healing. When you're fasting, your body's, and after day 3, when you go into ketosis and your body's going into that, starting to go into that autophagy and starting to go into that regeneration mode to where it's feeding off of itself, it's starting to look at what it can repair, it's starting to find all that dead diseased tissue or abnormal tissue, it's starting to detoxify the cells that have chemicals, metals, any type of harmful toxins in them, that period of time can put your body into many different types of symptoms: headaches, skin rash, vomiting, nausea, muscle aches and pains. Many people explain a multitude of different symptoms that they go through, but it's all part of the process. And you just have to understand, and you have to not be fearful. You have to not be fearful of doing a water fast, number one, because we're taught, and most of this I'm talking about, by the way, is for long-term water fasts. But you can't be fearful because you have to trust your own body's ability. And you might have family members, I didn't, but it's very common for people to fast that have family members that constantly want them to eat and are constantly giving them negative feedback and then constantly saying, what are you doing? You're hurting yourself. You're hurting yourself. There's been plenty of research out there for ages and ages that show fasting, water-only fasting, is a very therapeutic and safe method for many, many people to practice. It's gone back thousands of years, and it's a trending topic, and we're going to be covering it a lot more. And I'm super glad that I went through this for everybody myself so I could experience it. And now you can see my results and also think about trying water-only fasting for yourself. It's always important to keep yourself detoxified and cleansed at all times. I'm not saying that water fasting is a replacement for everything. You still need to eat healthy. You still need to, be gluten-free as much as you can. You still need to eat organic foods as much as you can. You still need to exercise. You still need to live a healthy life and live in a healthy environment. And that's why we're still doing the same thing we were doing 20 years ago. We're still selling the intestinal cleanse kit, the liver and gallbladder cleanse kit, the harmful organism kit, the chemical and heavy metal cleanse kit. Basically everything that we've been focusing on, and I've looked out there for other options. And water fasting is the fastest way in the world to regenerate your body and the most therapeutic. There are no nutritional supplements out there that I've found, nothing out there that's going to heal your body faster than your body itself. But you have to believe that too. You have to have that in your mind, because your mind can override everything. And if you're in a state of stress or anxiety, or if you don't believe that you're being healed, then that could come into play. So it's very important to take your time, rest when you're fasting, and utilize the resources that I'm going to be posting, that we have on our website, that answers pretty much all the questions you can have about fasting, water fasting. And, start off slow. Maybe start with a 3-day water fast, and then maybe, wait a month or so, and then maybe do a 6-day water-only fast. There's a lot of different options available. It's not one thing that you have to do or one thing that you should do. Even a 24-hour water fast once a week, that's what Gandhi did. And he had tremendous health benefits. When he was assassinated at 78, his internal organs were the age of a 48-year-old. And he fasted for 1 day a week. So anyway, I really encourage everybody to look more into it. I'm going to be posting a lot more information in the coming weeks. And I did want to answer some questions for you. Keep the questions coming. There's lots and lots of questions, very good questions, and here we go. So, first one, are you fearful that your microbiome flora have been hurt by lack of nutrition? First of all, when you're doing water-only fasting, and this is a big myth and a big misconception, you are not lacking nutrition, okay? So my microbiome flora will not be affected. The digestive system will be shut down. But studies have shown that good bacteria can live for thousands, hundreds of thousands of years, okay? They don't need food. They can fast just as well. As a matter of fact, most organisms can fast, and fast for long periods of time, actually. And then when they do start getting food again, they're renewed, and they are regenerated as well. So as far as the microbiome in my system, the microbiome should be extremely healthy right now, and they were not hurt by a lack of nutrition, okay? Because what happens is once you go past, let's say day 5 or day 6, and your body starts feeding off of itself, all of the cells, your body starts taking and recycling all the minerals and the fatty acids and the proteins and the amino acids and all of those nutrients that it needs. It goes right back into your system. It just recycles them. So that's why that's one of the biggest myths out there, that, oh, you're going to get electrolyte deficiency, or you're going to die because you don't have food, or you don't have protein, or you don't have nutrients, or you don't have minerals, or you don't have any of that stuff in your body. Wrong. That's completely wrong. Do you gain the weight that you lost on a water fast back and then some? The biggest mistake people make when they water fast is they eat a bunch of junk food when they break their fast. That's why it is extremely important to break your fast the right way. Even the guy that fasted, that had the world record for 382 days, and he was 400 and something pounds and dropped down to under 180, 5 years later, he still had not gained that weight back. If you do it the right way, you will not gain your weight back. And so that's very important to know. And you will go through some periods of time when you break your fast that you might be ravenous, and that's another mental challenge. So the fast is one challenge in itself. Now the good news is the refeeding, or how you break your fast, is only half the time of your fast. And I'm talking for fasts longer than 6 days usually, okay? 1 day a week is fine, 3 day a week, 4 day. I mean, anything over a 6 day or longer fast, you should spend half the time of that fast breaking the fast. So if you're doing a 6 day water only fast, you should spend 3 days eating healthy to get your digestive system going again. And especially if you do something like an 18 day water only fast like I did, I need to spend 9 days eating extremely healthy. And I have usually it's day 1 through 3 is where you really have to be careful. And day 4 on, that's when you can start introducing a little bit of cooked food and stuff like that back into your diet. So the first 3 days are the most crucial, because it's going to take 72 hours really for you to start having those really good bowel movements again and get your digestive system working and functioning properly again. So if you don't break the fast the right way, you probably will gain some weight back. Now, I got down to 157 pounds. I probably will slowly gain some of that weight back. I mean, probably about 10 pounds. But you have to remember, when you're water fasting, your body is attacking fat. It's not attacking muscle. You're not going to lose muscle mass. I lost practically 0 muscle mass in 18 days. My muscles are just as strong as they were on day 1. And I will be back in the gym tomorrow. You want to go back in the gym about 3 or 4 days, usually 4 to 5 days after you finish, to let your body acclimate back to its normal functioning ability. So you will, if you do it wrong, gain weight. If you don't, you won't gain weight. You'll actually look better because you'll have all that fat off your system. Does fasting have any effect on your metabolism? Does it reset it? Water fasting resets and regenerates in a priority-based system. Whatever the body feels is the highest priority of damage within the system, the body will focus its time on that. Let's say somebody has a big cyst or something in their body. They might fast for 9 days, do a water-only fast for 9 days, and the body might focus just on eliminating that cyst for 9 days. So it's not going to, the body knows intuitively what to focus on. There have been many documented cases of it resetting your metabolism. I mean, it basically resets everything. Water fasting resets everything in the system. That's why you should be in a relaxed state, though. I mean, if you're under a stressed out state, or your anxiety and your adrenals are working and you're producing cortisol and all that other stuff, that's why it's so important to do meditation as well. or something that you can do to get yourself, definitely do not watch TV, be, doing anything or exposing yourself to any type of negative influence anywhere. But the beautiful thing is it's going to, like, doctors have to pick and choose. You might go in and be diagnosed with heart disease and they give you heart medication, but that might not even be your real problem. And usually it's not. Usually it's a congested liver that causes high blood pressure. So the doctor's never going to know that. But the best doctor, the most intelligent doctor in the world is inside of you. And that is your own body self-healing mechanism. And that doctor knows where to focus. And that doctor knows the number one step that it needs to take care of first. So it will start going down the list, going down the list, going down the list. What kind of individual would benefit from water fasting? Every individual could benefit from water fasting. Our body is not made to break down the foods that we eat as much as we eat. So, we really should probably only be eating maybe 1-2 small meals a day in the way that our metabolism works and the way that we're exposed to so much chemical toxicity. So I think fasting is beneficial for anybody except individuals that I do not recommend try water fasting, which would be anybody with diabetes. Now, Dr. Jason Fung has done a lot of research on water fasting for diabetes, and it's an incredible thing, okay? You can eliminate type 2 diabetes with water-only fasting, but do not try it at home. Do not try it unless you're medically supervised. You have to have, and there are medically supervised facilities now, water-only fasting facilities that you can go to that do that. But I do not recommend pregnant women fasting. Do not recommend children fasting for longer than 3 days, let's say. Do not recommend elderly that are on a lot of medications. They might have to do some medically supervised fasting. What happened if your blood pressure increases instead of decreases while on a water fast? Good question. Your blood pressure is it's just like your glucose and your ketones. Your blood pressure is going to go up and down, and that's normal. That's normal. And, you might have, depending on what you're doing, your daily activities, depending on your stress levels, depending on your anxiety levels, depending on your cravings, depending if you're around food, even you're going to see a fluctuation in blood pressure from the morning till the evening. So that's just very common to see with anyone doing water-only fasting. So I'll be doing a follow-up blood work on this week sometime, and I've got a professional doctor who that's all he does is read blood work. So I'm going to submit all of my blood work to him, and he's going to write a final report, a comparative report. So I don't know how long that's going to be ready. It might be a couple weeks before he's done with that. But I myself want to see, what happened with my blood. Although if you talk to a lot of doctors, you're going to see blood work all over the place. It's really not going to be consistent because, like I said, the body is utilizing everything it can and focusing on different areas to heal. So I'm not putting too much emphasis on the blood. When you're water fasting, it's not something, yes, if you're doing medically supervised water fasting and you need to check ketones and uric acid levels and you need to test glucose and all that, if you're diabetic, I would say, those are some numbers. But everybody that I've talked to and all the doctors that have done extensive water fasting research, they will all tell you that it's, you really are not going to get any consistency and, any type of accurate results looking at your blood work because your body is in that healing phase and it's just, the blood work is going to be changing every single day. You could literally take your blood work every single day after day 6 and you would probably have different results. But I'm going to check it out anyway and just see, if there's anything that pops up or anything that is out of the norm. So Anyway, so that is my after fasting interview and report. Thank you so much. Keep sending those questions. Great to be back, feeling good, feeling healthy, feeling regenerated.